This video is all about soul singing. Now, I've been singing for a long time. I've been singing since 1999. I've sung all types of styles and all types of genres. I started in classical and musical theatre and I moved into contemporary. Now that's with my vocal training, and of course before that, when I just sang for fun, I used to sing contemporary, so that would be pop, soul, rock, funk, but I have trained in all of those genres. So I'm going to dive into soul singing today. Now before I do that, do remember to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you never miss any of my future videos. And remember to go back and watch and follow my other videos so that you can start to work on your voice and really build your talents as a singer. Soul singing is very distinct, it's very passionate, and it really can be quite guttural. This is where we really might think of singing from the diaphragm. Now, anyone who's seen any of my videos before will know that I don't actually teach singing from the diaphragm. But what I do teach is the right techniques, and then when you're using the right techniques, you will eventually sing naturally from your diaphragm. We use our diaphragm for support. The diaphragm is a big muscle that goes across your middle here, just behind your ribs, and it sucks the air in as you breathe, and it supports the air as it leaves the body when you either breathe out or speak or sing. Don't worry too much about singing from your diaphragm. When people do that, what they tend to do is really tense up their middle, tense up their muscles and their abs, and that causes all kinds of problems. So we want to avoid that. Really, when it comes to singing, we want to think about relaxing. It's all about relaxing. Any tension in the body is going to cause problems. Tension is the enemy of singing. I used to say that in my very early videos. If you go back to my videos from a couple of years ago, you'll see that I said that a lot. Now, the difference between singing soul and funk or pop or rock is that soul is a much fuller, rounder sound. I say a rounder sound. It's more like oh. It comes from gospel. It's not quite gospel, but it's more of an oh. Whereas rock will be much more in the front of the face. Oh, so you can hear the difference. The main difference is that soul singing is really, I've got in my notes here, it's more like mouth singing. The sound resonates around the cavities of the mouth and the pharynx and the chest. So it's really not so much up here in the head, and it's not so much here forward in the front of the mask as it would be in rock or pop singing or in musical theatre. A rock style up here, it's really more, it's harsher, it's a brighter sound. And then we've got a pop style, there was a little bit of head voice in there. We've got and then we've got the country sound would be much more nasal, that Dolly Parton kind of style. And then with the soul singing, it's more so it sounds more of a mixed voice, and we do go into belting as well. So we really have to have a very established mixed voice and a very established belt. If you haven't yet trained in belting, please make sure that you do it safely. You can use twang to start belting, and then we go into belting. As I say, it sounds a bit more of a mix, but belting has a bit of head voice and more chest voice than head voice. So what we can do is start with a crying sound to get yourself into the feeling and the sound of soul singing without straining your voice. So the way that a child would cry, and it's got to be ugly crying. You've got to make this ugly face and make that sound. Now, the caveat here is to be careful not to swallow the sound. So, you don't want it to go into your throat here. So it's not like a gulping sound, it's a crying. So it's not like the sound is getting lost in your throat. It is definitely coming out through this area here. Now, one of my one-to-one singers is preparing for her grade 8. She's been with me for 3.5 years now. I can't believe it. She started with me when she was just 12. She's all grown up now. and she is singing Something's Got a Hold on Me by Etta James, and it's oh, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. Now that sounds like it's quite high and goes really low. Actually, it's quite a small range, but what we do is play around with the resonance where the sound is made and the shape of our mouth so that we can create that sound. And that first note, oh, it's really not high at all. It's only the A flat after middle C. So middle C is here, and we're just here. Now, to get that rounded sound, we can use a crying sound. It's like ugly cry. You got to do ugly crying, right? Make that face. And you're making sure that it's not a nasally sound. It's not made in the mask. It's definitely made around the mouth and the pharynx, the pharyngeal resonances, and in the chest resonances around this area. And we can start nice and low to get it established, and we can go up and down the scale. So let's do that together. And we're going to sing this exercise. Now, you want to be careful not to swallow the sound. You don't want it to sound like you're gulping. It's made here. So here we go. It's gonna get loud, so let it be loud. Don't push it, but when it gets loud, let it be loud. Remember to cry, 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 cry. And back down. Crying. Almost there. Last one. Now, if your range is wider than this, then of course, if you've been singing for a while, it's likely to be. Then of course you can incorporate this exercise into your routine, and you can sing higher and you can sing lower in the exercise when you're doing it within your daily singing routine. And if you sing like this every day using this exercise, you're going to find that you'll have a much more soulful voice. So I hope this has helped. Do remember to hit like, hit subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you again with another video very soon. Stay hydrated. Ciao!